Welcome into the Fieldhouse, ladies and gentlemen. Max Paulson alongside Jay Jacinto and Jett Nelson. It is a wonderful, wonderful day here in Arlington. We're indoors though, because why wouldn't we be? We're recording a podcast.
We
Today
tried
we're going to be
recording
looking.
stuff outside before.
We did do that actually. We did do that, and it did not go well at all.
I thought it was all right. I like the part where y'all brought the Taco Bell. That was fun.
Oh, that
Man,
was.
it didn't feel fun when you were eating it and you're getting a couple tacos deep.
And then we were like, we're gonna waste 3 of them. We better do something. And then I had to pound 3 tacos, and I was already full. I was like, these ain't going to waste. What a day!
Oh man, we're gonna be talking about some NBA playoffs today, and then some Chat GPT trivia. I didn't fact check if those questions are correct. I did a couple of them, but some of them I have not fact checked if they're correct. So
When
I
has
guess we'll
AI
see.
ever been wrong?
Yeah, what?
It's
AI
spot
is
on.
never wrong. All hail AI.
All right.
No, but I
should,
mean,
should we
these-
start with our assessment of Game 6 of the NBA playoffs last night? Did everybody watch that game?
I watched bits and pieces.
Me as well.
All right. Well, I just want to say that Wembanyama is so insanely good. I mean, we all know this, but just watching him last night, he literally controlled that game from every point in that game that he was on the court. Even whenever he was on the sideline, it felt like he was still impacting the game on the court. Whenever you saw him show up pregame with, I don't know what it's called, but it's a religious wear that the Buddhists wear. It's basically just a big old gown. And I saw him show up in that. You just know that he was going to go off. And he had double-digit points in the first half, double-digit attempts in the first half. And that's what the Spurs need to do for Game 7, which is tomorrow on Saturday, May 30th. If you can get Wembanyama double-digit touches and shots in the first half, those are the 3 games that the Spurs have won. Every other game they have lost, they have not done that. So the key, the correlation, get them 10 plus shots in the first half, you're probably going to win the game. And if they can do that in Game 7 against OKC, I think the Spurs have a great chance to go to the finals, which I think everybody in America wants to happen other than Thunder fans.
Like, in the losses, you can see Wembanyama was held to about 25 points, 10 rebounds. Like, how the Spurs win or lose a game solely depends on how Wemby performs on the field. I mean, obviously their depth. I don't want to disparage the depth they have there, but when you see them win a game in this playoff series, it's because Wemby had 32 and 19. He is just the pivotal factor, and for some reason, yeah, I just kind of knew. Like, I didn't even need to see what he looked like pregame. I just kind of knew the Spurs in an elimination game, they weren't going to go down. This team, I would consider them the more scrappy one, the one that's new to this, hasn't been there,
more physical.
We're seeing Carter Bryant now throw some shoulders.
I love that.
We'll see the legality of that, but yeah, we're seeing the scrappiness of the Spurs, and it's so hard. We'll get to predictions later, but yeah, what a game! But it definitely is going to pivot on. Does Wemby get over 30 points? Does he get those 10 shots in the first half? Does he start strong, finish strong? I'm so excited.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how the Thunder don't really score a lot of points when they don't get a billion different foul calls? I mean, Shea only shot 3 free throws. I mean, he must have been dying all game. I mean, was he flopping a lot? I wasn't able to watch too much of the game.
I mean, not more than usual.
Not
He's
more
still
than usual.
falling after
Okay.
every single shot. Like,
I mean, I literally saw a highlight reel of him just falling on a bunch of different shots.
Now, I've heard this
Come on,
argument that it's like for his safety, like something about the falling reduces the stress on the legs, but we're seeing the Spurs land on their feet. I mean,
And it's every single player.
Yeah.
It's a coaching thing, it seems like, at this point. Every single Thunder player is like, oh, I need to jump into this guy, or oh, I need to flop and flail. There's nothing safe about Chet jumping up in the air and then flailing his arms around and rolling on the ground because he's acting like he got hit when he didn't get touched.
And then in some clips, you can see SGA like around the rim, about to get a rebound. He's looking back, like preparing for the contact so that he can inevitably fall as soon as somebody touches him. So he generates that foul underneath the basket. Whereas on the Spurs end, Wembanyama's anywhere around there, the paint to get a rebound, there is consistent shoving every single
Mhm.
time. And it's just about as he's about to jump into the air, so he can't get high enough and he can't get to the rebound. And they never call it. It's just absolutely outrageous what the Thunder have been getting away with on one end and then getting given to them on the other. And it's just a lack of consistency in the calling that people have a problem with. They wouldn't be upset if everybody's getting these same exact
Hmm.
calls on one side. It's just one side is clearly getting more calls than the other. And it's outrageous. It's
I think
outrageous.
I think it was in Game 5, but did you see the Jared McCain elbow? I think it was Dylan Harper. He
Yeah,
Mhm.
elbowed
going up
him,
the court.
elbowed him, and then goes up the court and then throws it back on him and then falls down. Yeah, he fits in well. He fits in well with what the Thunder are trying to do. So
Yeah.
good for him, but
And I
bad
also
for
want to say,
basketball.
like, Dylan Harper last night was absolutely amazing for the
Hmm.
Spurs. I think it was like 18 or somewhere in the
Yep,
20s,
18.
18. He was spectacular, especially on the defensive end for a number 2 overall pick, a rookie to be guarding SGA the way he was. He literally took SGA out of the game. SGA finished with below 15, I think.
I think he
Only
finished
had
at 15.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely spectacular performance from the number 2 overall pick. And I think that's going to be the matchup I'm looking forward to just in the future of the NBA, as it's going to be Cooper Flag versus Dylan Harper multiple times a year in the NBA. And that's what they need. They don't need SGA against nobody, because you can't
Hmm.
guard against him. You can't do anything against him, or you're going to get a foul called against him. So I don't know. It's outrageous with SGA, but I love the play of Dylan Harper, especially in Game 6. He was deeply missed in Game 5 whenever he went out with injuries. I know the Thunder are dealing with Jalen Williams, their number 2 scorer. He's not been playing, and if he can't play in Game 7, it's going to be even more difficult for the Thunder to get to the finals. And I hate that, because you know that Thunder fans are going to use that as an excuse. Oh, we didn't have our second best scorer on the court. Of course, we weren't going to make the playoff or make the finals. But that's not the case. Even whenever he has been playing in this playoffs, or especially in this series, he hasn't been good enough. And I don't know. I think he's been really underperforming in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, and I think America wants the Thunder to lose. America
Yes.
wants to hear the Thunder excuses. They want to hear everything they have to say. They want a Spurs Knicks finals.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, speaking of the Knicks, I mean,
Yeah.
they was 11 straight games that they've won in the playoffs. They swept this last 2 series, and I know it's not as good a competition as in the West, but I mean, this rest that they're having could pay them pretty good dividends, especially with how Wemby's been getting kind of like beat up throughout this entire series.
Yeah.
If it is the Spurs that make it, they're going to be coming in tired and beat up. I mean, I still think they'll win, but the Knicks might make it an interesting series if that happens.
Yeah, I think it's fun to kind of seem like, so you have the Knicks, a team that offensively is a bit undersized. We'll have to see the status of Mitchell. I've heard that finger was declared broken,
Hmm.
but he's cleared to play, is what I saw this morning waking up. So that's going to be an interesting. But he's more of the backup center, I think, in that situation. So, but yeah, like, do you see the Knicks sizing up? I mean, it's going to be hard. They're going to have to score from underneath a bit more, but I think on either of those teams, Holmgren or Wemby, I mean, you're talking two teams that can dominate the size of the paint. Do you think the Knicks can use that underneath ability to get in there?
I don't think so, especially if Cat gets into foul trouble and you have to bring in a player like Mitchell Robinson, who's already a pinky down. I don't think he can defend on the 3-point line and in the paint at the same time, because Wemby can also pull it from half court like
Yeah.
we've seen multiple times, and he
So
dominates
ridiculous.
around the rim. There's just no way of guarding Wembanyama. And I think it's also interesting with Mitchell Robinson. I heard he didn't actually injure it either in practice or in a game. At least that's the intel coming out, because they questioned them, how did he actually get injured, what play? And they said, we're not going to get into specifics at this time, which is interesting.
Mm.
So that's an interesting revelation. But also, I love what you talk about with the size, because how is Jalen Brunson going to stop somebody like De'Aaron Fox,
Yeah.
like Dylan Harper, like a Carter Bryant? he's going to have to be matched up against like a Champagny in the corner, the guy that specifically he's on the team to shoot threes. And then, I mean, OG Anunoby is a good defender. Miles McBride is all right. They're not a good defensive team, the Knicks. There's a reason the Cavs still put up as many points as they did, even with James Harden on their team, who's absolutely atrocious. But it'll be an interesting finals if it's either team in the West going against the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks stand a chance of winning the finals, though. I think whoever wins the West is the NBA Finals champion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be like that for a while. I think the West is just so much stronger than the East. It's kind of like how the AFC dominated the Super Bowl for a little bit there in the NFL before the NFC kind of started fighting back. There's just usually just a much stronger conference in sports, and right now it's the West.
Yeah. I mean, the only team I had a feeling that could have made a run in the East was the Celtics with getting Jason Tatum back, but they went out in the first round.
They were just so live by the three, die by the three. And I think we just saw that play out.
Yeah. They also don't have that many good defenders on their team. Like, Pritchard's not that good of a defender. Derek White can't defend. Tatum can't defend as good as he once did because of the Achilles injury. But I don't know. The Knicks have just had such an easy run in the East, and everybody's like getting hype about them. Oh, the Knicks are back in the finals, and then they're probably going to end up getting swept.
Yeah, I think we'll see them take at least one. They
One
might take.
game at Madison
I think
Square
they
Garden.
might take like maybe one of the early on games just based on rest. I really do think like you'll see a little bit of fatigue early on, like an adjustment phase, and then it'll be all Spurs or Thunder, whoever win this game 7.
Yeah, it'll definitely be at MSG. I mean, that place is rocking when they play there. The intensity is only going up from what I've seen online. So, yeah, they definitely deserve one solid win at home, but then you got to see the West take care of things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they match up against them. I genuinely don't. They're just a mismatched team like the Spurs. Nobody can guard Wemby, and then none of their guards for the Knicks can guard against De'Aaron Fox. And then who's going to go against Harper? Who's going to go against Champagny? Who's going to go against, I mean, even Luke Cornett, their backup center, he's still massive.
And then 2 other guards, Castle, Vassell, or one of them.
Yeah, oh my God, I forgot completely against Castle and Vassell. Yeah. And even Keldon Johnson. Like, the Spurs are so insanely deep. Credit to their front office. They've done a fantastic job at rebuilding this roster.
Yeah, that was kind of, that goes back to my hot take. Like, the Spurs having that ability to tank not all too long ago has kind of rebuilt them into a powerhouse now. I don't remember the Thunder going like all the way down, but it took some pivotal draft picks. And now we're seeing these 2 Western Conference dominant teams because of the whole tanking system. I don't know if we wanted to dive into the tanking thing again, but it was just really interesting to me. Like, you're taking something away that builds teams. Obviously, that it really hits the bottom team of the tank the worst, but you did have to clean up the league a little bit. So, yeah, but I think you're watching 2 teams who have gone through the tanking system, who have benefited from it, and so it might be a full circle moment when we look back on this.
Yeah, want to keep talking basketball? Or you want to hop into some trivia?
Let's get into some trivia.
Final predictions.
Okay.
I have the Thunder moving on to beat the Knicks in the NBA Finals. I just think it's going to be in OKC. You're going to have that OKC bias around the league. And I just think it's going to be that game where I talked about it earlier. Wemby just might not hit 35 points. It might be a 27-point night, 12 rebounds, and the team just doesn't kind of have that fighting spirit on the road.
I think it's going to be so tremendously hard for the Spurs to win in this Game 7. Everything's going to be against them in this Game 7. You're on the road. The Thunder are going to get a lot more calls being at home. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm taking the best player on the court in a Game 7, and that's Wemby.
Yep.
And so I'm going to say Spurs in 5 over the Knicks after they move on.
Like what you did there.
Okay. Uh, I think this game is going to be determined kind of crazy. NBA is supposed to be a team sport. I think it's going to be determined by one player. I think if Stephon Castle can show up and outscore SGA, then I think the Spurs will win because Stephon Castle is one of the most hottest players on the court anytime he is going. He can jump through the roof. He can pass great. I mean, his shooting ability is great. I don't know. Stephon Castle, if he can outscore SGA, I think the Spurs will win. But if he doesn't outscore SGA, the Thunder will win. I'm going to go with Spurs to win the Western Conference Finals and then move on to beat the Knicks in the finals.
Okay, so we're 2 against 1. I like it.
All right. Oh, man. Okay. We'll start off with an easy one. Which element has the atomic number 8? Periodic table stuff.
Okay. So it goes hydrogen, helium.
Oh, yeah. I'll just throw oxygen out there.
No, I don't
Ding,
think
ding,
it's...
ding, ding.
Oh!
There you go. All right. What year did World War II end?
1946.
Jay?
I was going to say 1948.
You guys are both wrong. All right. 1943, 1945, 1947, or 1950? Those are your-
47.
45.
Jett's right again.
Oh,
we'll give you
damn.
like half a point when you have to
Yeah,
do a
that's-
multiple
that's
choice.
fair.
So you're at 1.5. Don't know what we're playing to, but we'll figure it out. All right. Let's see. What is the square root of 144?
12.
12.
Oh, that might
All
have been a
right,
tie.
I'll give it to both of y'all there. I'm glad. I threw that one in there because I wanted to see if y'all knew how square roots
Hey,
work.
I'm good at math. I'm good at math.
All right, so there you go. So it's 2.5 to 1. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States?
France.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Man, I need some harder ones. Okay, hold on. Which artist released the album 1989?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's props to
Yeah.
having a wife.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Who discovered penicillin?
Good one.
When
Andrew
okay, wait.
Penicillin?
When was penicillin found?
Andrew Penicillin. Yep, you got it, Jett. No, I have no idea when penicillin was made, bruh.
I'm gonna say just like it's obviously not that old. We'll go with Albert Einstein. Screw it.
No. But that's actually one of the the
I mean,
answers on here.
obviously.
All right, Isaac Newton, Alexander Fleming, and Nikola Tesla.
Fleming.
Tesla.
Fleming is correct.
Yeah.
So now that makes it what, 3.5 to 2? Which empire was ruled by Mansa Musa during the 14th century?
Empire?
Yeah, which
Was that not
empire?
the Mongolians?
Ottoman Empire?
Both wrong. You guys both got it
Really?
wrong. Which moon in our solar system has the thickest atmosphere? Which moon in our solar system has the thickest atmosphere?
Thickest atmosphere. Trick question. Moons don't even have atmospheres.
Your answer choices are Europa, Titan, Ganymede.
Titan.
Oh, man. What is the name of the deepest point in Earth's oceans?
The
Mariana
Mariana
Trench.
Trench. Yep.
All right. So, all right. Your other three choices are the Puerto Rico Trench, the Challenger Deep, and the Java Trench.
Let's go the Java Trench.
I'm gonna go with the Challenger.
Ding, 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 ding.
It just sounds cool.
Heck yeah, it does. Which Roman emperor famously made his horse a consul?
Caesar?
Caesar jumps off the head, but
Brutus?
Caesar's the only one you can think of, right?
let's go
Nero, Caligula, Commodus.
Commodus.
Yes, that is correct, Jay.
Hey, tied it up.
All right. Which language is the oldest still spoken today?
Latin? Oh no.
Let's go Mandarin.
Sanskrit, Tamil, ancient Greek.
Ancient
The
Greek.
fact that you say ancient Greek, I'm gonna say ancient Greek.
It is
Is
Tamil.
it Sanskrit? Oh,
Tamil.
Which artist painted the persistence of memory?
Max.
Michelangelo.
Pablo Picasso, Claude Monet, Salvador Dali, Henri Matisse.
Salvador Dali.
What year did the fall of the Berlin Wall occur?
1989. Oh.
1967.
Jett Nelson has done
Oh my!
I knew it was the Reagan administration.
it. Right on the dodge. Well, great job by both of you. You both guessed some things I didn't think you were going to guess. I really thought that Jay wasn't going to know the square root of 144. to be
Hey,
honest with you.
hey. Yeah.
Yeah, but we are all broadcast majors. I feel so uneducated as like just a person. I'm like, dude, I went through school and like I did not learn a thing in college, man. Like besides like broadcast stuff, and even then, like high key, bro. Like loved my classes.
Didn't tell you anything about that.
When I got to Odyssey, bro, I mean, they were like he was like saying things to me that like words, and I had never even heard these terms used before. We didn't learn any of like the terms.
We should have taken like, I don't know if it had to be audio engineering, but like some form of like tech class.
I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah.
Wanted to get something out there, and I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Oh yeah. Fans, like the fans are gonna love this. We need a name. The Fieldhousers. Oh, let us know in the comments.
Let us know. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening. Let us know. Until next time, this has been the Fieldhouse. See you next time.